morning. Welcome to all. My name is Tanu Gupta, Assistant Professor in IT Department from AKGEC Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we are discussing MATPLOTLIB, which is a very important topic in a Python programming, and it is also a Python library. So first we are discussing about MATPLOTLIB, where it is used and how we use. MATPLOTLIB is a low-level graph plotting library in Python that serves as a visualization utility. So basically MATPLOTLIB is a Python package, or we can say a Python library, which is used for visualization utility. For example, we have to draw a graph, pie chart, histogram, so in this we used a MATPLOTLIB library. MATPLOTLIB library was created by John D. Hunter. MATPLOTLIB was firstly created by John D. Hunter, and MATPLOTLIB is an open source and we can use it freely. Next, MATPLOTLIB is mostly written in Python, but there are few segments which are written in C and Objective-C and also in JavaScript for platform compatibility. And the next is how we install a MATPLOTLIB in our system. So if we have a Python and PIP already installed, if we already installed Python and PIP already installed in the system, then the installation of MATPLOTLIB is very easy. Install it using this command. You have to execute this command: cuser your name pip install MATPLOTLIB. So for this statement, we have to install the MATPLOTLIB in our system, and we are ready to use the various methods and the functions that are inbuilt in the MATPLOTLIB for the creations of graphs, pie charts, histograms, and so on. So for using various methods and the functions which are inbuilt in the MATPLOTLIB library, we have to import a MATPLOTLIB. Okay, as we are already discussed in NumPy, which has an alias of NP, we have to import a MATPLOTLIB. If you want to check a MATPLOTLIB version, first we have to import a MATPLOTLIB. After that, print matplotlib dot underscore version and underscore. For this, we have to print a version of the MATPLOTLIB. Okay. MATPLOTLIB pyplot. If we have to plot, pyplot is this Python plot. If we have to plot, first pyplot is a submodules of MATPLOTLIB. Most of the MATPLOTLIB utilities lies under the pyplot. So there are various utilities that we are used lie under the pyplot submodule and are usually imported under the PLT alias. As in the NumPy package, we used our alias as NP. So in this MATPLOTLIB, for pyplot submodule are imported under the PLT alias. So we have to import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. Wherever we have to use pyplot, we use the alias as PLT. As in the NumPy, we use for NumPy numeric Python as NP. So in this MATPLOTLIB, if we have to use plotting a graph, we are going to use a pyplot Python plot as the alias PLT. Now we are ready to use our MATPLOTLIB inbuilt functions, and we are allowed to draw a graph using this statement: import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. This is our first statement in the MATPLOTLIB program which we are going to use. It has various functions. Okay. So how we done a plotting in the MATPLOTLIB? First, we have to plot a x and y point. If we have to draw a graph, we already know what are the x point and what are the y point. So first we are plotting how to plot a x and y points. So for this, the plot function is used to draw points, marker in a diagram. So for plotting a x and y point, we are going to use a plot function. For this function, we are going to draw our x and y points. Draw points. Points are shown as a markers, or we can say a marker in the diagram. By default, the plot function draw a line from point to point. By default, the point function is draw a line from point to point, or we can say a marker to marker, draw a line from marker to marker. The function takes a parameter for specifying point in the diagram. The plot functions takes up parameters. Two parameters, x parameters and y parameters, in which we are, in the x parameter, we are going to include a x point, and in the y parameter, we are going to include the y point, x point and y points. Parameter 1. In an array consisting the point on the x-axis. In the parameter 1, we have a function plot which consists of two parameters, x and y. X are the array which are containing a points on x-axis. Okay. And another parameter, that is y, which is an array containing the point on the y-axis. So x is an array that containing a point on x-axis, and y is an array that containing a points on the y-axis. Okay. If we need to plot a line from 1 to 3 to 8, 10, we have to pass an two array. If we have to plot a line, first understand, if we have to plot a line, we know the 2 points, right? X point and y point. So, likewise, if we need to plot a line from 1 to 3, that is x-axis to y, to 8 to 10, we have to pass in two array, x and y. For the x point, we are going to use a x array, and for y, we are going to use a y array. In the x array, we are going to include a x point, and in the y array, we are going to include a y-axis point. Okay. So let us take an example to understand the whole concept, or how to draw a graph in the Python programming. Okay. So first we are going to take an example, draw a line in a diagram from position 1 to 3 to position 8 to 10. Okay. We have to draw a line from position 1, 3 to the position 8, 10. Okay. So we have to draw a line. We understand we are going to use our MATPLOTLIB functions. So first we have to import a MATPLOTLIB library .pyplot as plt. In this, we are going to use an array, one for x point and another for y point. So we have to import a numpy. Okay, import numpy as np. After that, we are allowed to initialize or declare an array, and we are ready to use a MATPLOTLIB function. Okay. So what are the x point in this? 1 and 8. And what are the y points in this questions? 3 and 10. Okay. So we have to create an two array, one for x point and one for y points. X points are 1 and 8, y points are 3 and 10. So we are creating a two array, one for x point, another for y point. X point is equal to np.array. We are going to use an array, so we have to import a numpy as np, so np.array. In this array of x point, we are going to include a x point, that is 1 and 8. And in another array, y points, we are going to include another array which have a points 3 and 10. Okay, so these are the x point 1 and 8, and these are the y points which are going to include in a y-axis. Okay, so in the x-axis, there are various number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have to draw a diagram from position 1 to 3. 1 to 3, here is 1, here is 3. So first point is here, and another 8 to 10. Another point is 8 to 10. Then another marker is here. So we have to draw a line. So the line is like this. Okay. So what is in the question? Draw a line from the position 1, 3 to the position 8, 10. So first we have to import a matplotlib because we are going to use a graph. Okay. Another, we are going to use an array for x point and y point. That's why we are importing a numpy as np. Next, we are going to initialize an array. One for x point and another for y points. X point is equal to np.array, which are in this array, we are including a x point, and in the y array, y points array, we are going to include the y point 3 and 10. After that, plt.plot. We already know that the plot functions or plot method is used to draw a line between the x and y points. So plt.plot. There are two parameters, one for x point and one for y points. X points 1 and 8, y points 3 and 10. For this statement, a line is drawn between the points 1, 3 and 8, 10. And after that, plt.show is a method is used to show the graph like this. So the output of this programs will be like this. Clear? Okay. Next, plotting without a line. If we have to plot these numbers without a line, so what are the changes in this program like this? Draw 2 points in the diagram, one at position 1, 3 and one at position 8, 10. So we have to draw a points, or we can say a marker at position 1, 3 like this, and another point is on 8, 10. We are not going to draw a line between these points. Okay. So first we have to import a matplotlib library. Another, we have to import a numpy as np. After that, two arrays, one for x point and one for y point, as we discussed in the previous slide. Okay. Then plt.plot x points and y points, two parameter, one for x point and another for y point. O is defined for a marker that is O, like this. We are not going to draw a line between these points. Okay, so we have to mention the marker that is O. So from at that points 1, 3 and 8, 10, we are going to show a marker that is on O. After that, plt.show to show that graph. So for this program, we are using this program for plotting without a line. Okay. Now, what does happen if we have a multiple point? In the previous example, we have only 2 points, 1 and 3, and 3 and 10. But if we have multiple point, then how we draw a graph? So in this example, this is clear. You can plot as many as point you like. Just make sure you have the same number of points in both axes. Okay, if we have to draw a line from x-axis to y-axis, or we have to draw a line. So first we make sure that the points on x-axis and the y-axis have the same number. Okay, if we have a points in x-axis 5, then we also have a points on y-axis 5. Okay, draw a line. So the another question is, draw a line in a diagram from position 1 to 3 to 2, 8, then to 6 and 1, and then finally to the position 8, 10. In this example, we have to draw a line from position 1, 3, 2, 8, then 6 and 1, and after that final position to 8, 10. Okay, so we have multiple points. Okay, x and y, x0, y0, x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. So these are the X point 1, 2, 6 and 8, and these are the Y points 3, 8, 1 and 10. Okay. So as we explained in the previous example also, first we have to import a matplotlib as pyplot as plt. After that we have to import a numpy as np. After that X points, in which we are going to include multiple points of X. Okay, 1, 2, 6, 8. Another, we are going to create an array which includes a Y point 3, 8, 1, 10. After that, plt.plots, which includes a 2 parameter X point and Y points. X point will be 1, 2, 6, 8. Y points will be 3, 8, 1, 10. After that, plt.show is used to show the graph. So, how the output it would be? First, the point is 1 and 3. 1 is from x-axis, 3 is from y-axis. So 1 and 3. The first point is this. Another 2, 8. 2 is from x-axis and 8 is from y-axis. Another point is this. And the third point is 6, 1. 6 is here in x-axis and 1 is here. Another, the point is this. After that, last point is 8 and 10. So 8 is here and 10 is here. After that, we have to join these points. So the graph will be like this if we have a multiple point in the graph. Okay, clear? Now, default X point. If we do not specify the point on the x-axis, we have an option. We are not going to specify the points on x-axis. Then we only initialize the point on y-axis. So in the Python program, if we are not specifying the point on x-axis, they are default taking the value of 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. depending on the length of the y-axis. Okay. So if we take the example as above and leave out the X point, the diagram, or we can say a program, is look like this. First, to import, same as X point, we are not including in this X point. So in this program, the default X points will be 0, 1, 2, 3 and the graph will be according to this. In this program, the X point is considered as 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, and the Y points are 3, 8, 1, 10, 5, 6, 7. plt.plot Y points, there is no need to include a X point because we have an option to not include the X point in this. After that, plt.show is going to show the graph of these points. So the graph will be like this. Okay, for 0, 0 to 3, first is considered at 0 to 3. Another second one is 1 is to 8. Then 2 is to 1, 3 is to 10, 4 is to 5 and 5 is to 7. So the points will be like this, and after joining the lines, the graph will be like this. Okay, so we have an option not to initialize the points on an x-axis, and they are going to default taking up points of x-axis like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 depending upon the length of the y points. Okay. Now, matplotlib marker. Mark each point with a circle. We have various types of marker which are inbuilt in the matplotlib library. Mark each point with a circle. If we have to mark each point with a circle, so we are going to use a marker O. Okay. If we have to draw a points with a star, so we are going to take a marker star. Okay. These are the inbuilt markers in the matplotlib library. If we have to show a point with O, then we are going to use a marker O. and if we have to draw a points with a star in this, the point, and in this graph, the marker will be shown as a star. So for this, what are the changes in the program? Import matplotlib, numpy is np, y points, we are going to use in this program also default x points 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. np.array, we are going to use an array for y points only 3, 8, 1, 10. After that, plt.plot y points. If we have to draw a points with O, so we are going to use a marker is equal to O. Okay. Marker each point with a star. If we have to mark each point with a star, so we are using a marker is equal to star with the plot function. Okay, so for this, the graph will in the graph the point will be shown in circle, and in this, if we are going to use a marker is equal to star, then the points are shown as a star. Okay. Now another is a format string. You can also use the shortcut string notation parameter to specify the markers. The parameter is also called FMT, that is a format, and is written in this syntax. The syntax of format string is like this: marker, line, and color. Okay, marker should be a circle or a star, line should be a solid line or should be a dotted line, and color could be any red, blue, white, black, any color. Okay, so what are the changes in the graph? Import matplotlib numpy x points 3, 8, 1, 10 plt.plot y points O, which is a marker like this. Another second one, in the line, we are going to use a dotted line, not a solid line. We are going to use a solid line to join these points. Okay. And third one is a color. We are going to use a red color. We are going to use a red color for markers and the line joining. Okay. So the format string will be like this, and this is used with the plot function. O is marker, this one is for lines, and third one is going to show a color, which could be a red, blue, black, and so on. These are the inbuilt markers in the matplotlib library. For circle, we are using O. For star, we are going to use a marker is equal to star. For point, we are going to use this. Line reference. This is used for line. For dotted line, we are going to use this line reference. For dash line, we are going to use this syntax. And we have the following color reference. Red के लिए R, green for G, B for blue, C for cyan, M for magenta, and so on. Marker size. So the next is marker size. If we want to increase or decrease the marker size, we have to include a marker size in this plot function. If we want to show points which should be a marker like this, or we want like this. Okay, so we have to specify the marker size. Set the size of the marker to 20. If we are going to set a marker size, it's to be 20. Then for the same program, the marker size would be like this. If we are going to increase like 40, then the marker should be like this. And we have to, if we want to decrease the size of the marker, then if we want to decrease the size of the marker, then the output will be like this. So for this, for about the marker size in the plot function, same as MATPLOTLIB plot functions, y points marker is equal to O, means we are going to use a marker with a circle, and the marker ms keyword is used for marker size, and ms is equal to 20. That is a size of the marker. So in this program, we are going to use a marker size is equal to 20, and the output will be like this. Okay. Marker edge color. Another features in the Matplotlib, if we have to change the edge color, marker edge color. So plt.plot, yplot, marker O, we are going to use a marker O. Marker size is 20. MEC, that is a marker edge color, which we are going to use a R, that is a red. So the output will be like this. This is a marker edge color, which we used a red. So the marker edge colors, and so the output will be, the previous program would be like this. If we want to change a marker face color, okay, marker edge color like this, and the marker face color. If we want to change a marker face color, so plt.plot x point, marker is O, we are going to use a marker is O like circle, marker size is 20, and NMFC marker face color, what we are going to use a marker face color, red. So the marker face color in this are red. Okay, so these are the features which are in the Matplotlib functions. Okay, Matplotlib line, as we discussed in the previous, we have an option to draw a dotted line or a dashed line or a solid line. So what we are going to use, plt.plot y points line style. Line style is a keyword, or we can say, or we are use a ls. In short, for line style, we are dotted and dash. In the dotted, the line should be like this, and the dash line should be like this. Okay, so the plot, in the function of plot, these are some changes. Line style is equal to dotted. You can be write like this, or you can also write this. This one is also valid, this one is also valid. If we want to change the line color, if we want the line color should be on red, or should be on pink, or should be on black, then we have to specify color is equal to R. Okay, or color, or we can also use for color C is equal to pink. So these are the various methods we are going to use in the Matplotlib graph. After, the next is a line width. If we want to increase or decrease the line width, we have to use a keyword line width with a plot function. Okay, so in this example, we have to increase the line width, that is on 20.5. So in this program, the line width, like this width, should be increase or decrease, and we have to specify the line width size. Okay, so in this, line width is equal to 20.5, then the output of this program would be like this. Okay, multiple lines. If we have to draw multiple lines, then what the changes in the programs? Y1 is equal to np.array. These are the x point, these are the y points. Plot y1 plt.plot y2, and so. These for x points, these are the y points. Okay, y1, y2. In this program, the default x point would be a 0, 1, 2, 3, and the y points for one line should be n0, 3, 8, 1, 10, and another for y points is 6, 2, 7, 11. So first line would be like this, 0, 2, 3, second X point would be like this 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 0 to 3, first point. Second 1 is to 8. 1 is to 8, second point. Another 2, 1, 2, 1, second point. Third point is 3 and 10. 3 and 10. So the first line would be like this. And for another y points, the x point, the default x point would be a 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 to 6, another line would be a 0 to 6, 1 to 2, 2 to 7, 3 to 11. Okay. So the second line would be like this. So if we have to draw multiple lines in a graph, we have to use 2 arrays for y points and 2 array for x point. But we have an option not to include a x point array. So the default, the value would be a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. PLT dot plot for one y1 and PLT dot plot for second line. If we have a multiple line, we are using a 2 plot function, one for y and another for y2, and after that show a whole graph. Okay.